adversity, a dry rotted spare, and broken circuitry. Far from the days of a nursery. Years pass in a flash and you wake up needing surgery. Stress accelerated entropy. Had potential in the past, the ash of distant memory. Doors have long shut, the path is well tapered. The mind broke first, the body fractured later. From a low it was a long fall, crippled to a crawl. Withered by weather storms, slithered in the fog. Never better but bitter, blistered and battered to hell. Where there's a will, there's a wall that can make one unwell. Too tall of a climb from the bottom of a barrel. Battle shackles trapped in place, further problems and the perils become numb. To the slum, to survive to the setting sun. Flesh ripped left, right, lost pieces shedding some frame. Shattered pain muttered by the rot in the render. Shuddered in others' eyes from remembered to dismembered. Card stack favor snake eyes. Roulette wheels, chambers spinning and clicking, spawning disdain and anger. Moments stolen and sweated bullets. Moments stolen and sweated bullets. Shaved years and white hairs. Shaved years and white hair. And facing another day, weakened and in fear. Days transfixed in 1,000-yard stare. I've been having those thoughts again, aligning from the cold whispers, diseased syndicate. I've been having those thoughts again, tempted by the exit door, a beast most intricate. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Shaved out 5HT, rave in the shade. Waste ages caged on the same page, bathed in strange days. Basted with the haze, scraping off malaise under dissipated sun rays. Torched in the mind, a scalding hot prison. Executive dysfunction, flesh and bone malapropism. Beaten into shape with a hammer and a chisel. Seething and in place with a stammer that is grizzled. Miserly, semi-hermit parody of sentience. Broken key, echoing a parody with emptiness. Survival is a joke, churning mirth and mockery. Outliving loved ones to see a burning earth in poverty. Lost time, offline in sunshine and crisis. Synthetic inflections left in low-powered autopilot. Born to two worlds, OG and white trash. Chose neither path but inherited scars from both halves. Scratched off cereals on an obsolete bottles deck. Trapped in the rat race's socioeconomic bottleneck. With feral crabs waiting to kick who grovels next. Tripping on the hazards of their own cobbled mess. I've been having those thoughts again, aligning from the cold whispers, diseased syndicate. I've been having those thoughts again, tempted by the exit door, a beast most intricate. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Nightmares and burnout, repression and adversity, full spectrum ruin, mind and body cursed and weak, autoimmune mutiny versus myelin that hurts the nerves and cheek. Spent many midnights wanting to feed this corpse to an earthen heap. Age figure quivers and quakes, the mud spillage, oversaturated wounds leak through a poison waste husk village. Torn from within, the brain begins to melt, turning barbs inward to mutilate the self. Reluctant life subscription and mass-produced hard issues cut from multiple directions. I became a slab of scar tissue, trying to reach for the sky and only found a starless husk. Fell back down on my own sword, but the blade wasn't sharp enough. Made a home in my own casket, used to cruise down a lake of fire off the fumes of a blown gasket. I feel toxic, hounded by the leaks of acid. Am I a box fish shrouded in a sea of acid? Colors burn the grays and shadows, tainted pictures plague actions disturb rumination, ways like rancid tons of trash fashion. Silhouetted under streetlights during nightfall, pierces like a bullet through several layers of drywall, echoes like a shout in the chambers of a high hole, burns like child trauma on the inside of an eyeball. I was never a hero, I like the pride and the glory, not really a villain, that implies relevance to a story. Depleted, unfulfilled, blowing in the wind, no prime, no lows, no has to have had as a never been. A diverse hodgepodge of different pains are sewed in, hopes thin within the lands where depreciation's tone spins. There's nothing entertaining about being broken. What you call quirky is just a form of coping. Grand mortal enemies, the slump and the song. Semi-disabled and sunk in a bog. Claustrophobic in this sump for so long, with the image of mania, a gun in a lawn. So I take in the minutia, like even in the nightmares when the numbness is gone. I've been having those thoughts again, aligning from the cold whispers, diseased syndicate. I've been having those thoughts again, tempted by the exit door, a beast most intricate. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion. Suffered in the mist and got lost in oblivion.